Yo, what's up,
Yo,
guys? We are back. Um, Joey, Joey would like to give us a quick message before we start this week's message, this week's prayer, this week's service. Welcome to our church. We just have to get a quick little thing out of the way before we start today's service.
before today's breakdown, we would like to send a message, hopes and prayers out to the GOAT, DP,
And his family, the
Dustin, the
DP
Dino
family.
Poirier. He seems like he's going through it right now. And I just want to say this before I say anything else. It is not funny what
It's not
Dustin Poirier is
funny.
going through. Not funny.
Some of the things he did is funny though.
I'm going to say this. I will laugh at some of the memes that came from this, but this is not
It's not
funny.
funny. We don't actually think it's we like if you make it like if you actually make a good joke about it, if you like point out that Poirier pulled up his hands to fight the cop, I'll
Yeah, for
giggle.
those who don't know, Poirier had a what he says was just the alcoholic crash out. It was
I hope it's
probably
just
how
that.
probably def. I hope it was just that, but if I had to guess,
Mostly.
I would say it was
There was a
probably
little bit
not just
extra,
that.
but I don't want to put
If you
that on him.
know,
I don't want to put that on
if you
his
know,
name though.
if you know BJ Penn, I saw and you've seen some BJ what BJ Penn's been up to for the last couple of years.
Couple year and a half about.
I saw some BJ Penn in that video, and I did not want to see BJ Penn in that video,
Yeah.
but it is what happened. He owned up to it. Hopes and prayers out to DP and his family. I hope it gets better.
Pray for sobriety. It's always been something he struggled with since 2020. He's been tweeting about this. So, it happens. You're not a bad person for struggling with something.
Nope.
So pray for Poirier. PFP. But all right, let's get into this video. Let's start off on a sad note. But all right, so we're talking about FIZIEV and TOREZ, a car that we're actually both very underratedly excited for. 2 weeks coming off of the White House card. Sorry about the late release again on that one, guys. So sorry about last week. We got some stuff going on in our lives, some personal matters. Um, Also we got some big news coming soon for the channel and the
It's-
quality of videos and stuff and the type of
it's-
videos.
these videos might not be recorded on the iPhone phone recording.
I mean, and not might not, will not be recorded on the. We are putting that out there. They will not. I'm just gonna say Joey's moving out to NC. Not, we won't be saying where, but he is moving in with me and three other dudes, right?
Four other dudes. Oh
Well,
well,
including
four
us
including you.
two. Yeah, including me. It's including us two. It's five. There's five dudes living in a house. One dog. I do think we should get a house cat. We'll talk about this another time. This isn't that video, but yeah. So big news. But also, yeah, we just got some stuff going on in our lives. So yeah, just give us a break, y'all. Not like we have many fans who care, but
And to the two people that are watching this, hope the
yeah. Shout out
quality of
Alex,
the videos will
dog. Shout out
quality of the videos
Alex.
will be going up. Yeah, shout out Alex.
We just always
Future
gotta.
MMA, future UFC legend,
He
Alex.
is. But all right, let's get into it.
Alex, if you're listening, I wasn't laughing at you, I promise.
We were not. It's just crazy to think about. But all right, let's get into this fight. UFC, Fizzy, UFC. Where is this Baku?
Oh, dude, is this fight at like 2 in the morning?
12 p.m. Eastern time.
So,
That's
oh,
at
so it's just noon.
noon. That's not bad, actually.
No, that's not bad. It's like a weird time for Americans, but
We can get it
it'll
before
be fun to
work.
watch it.
Yeah, exactly. But all right, we'll start from the bottom, work our way up. So starting off on the main card, we're not gonna do the undercard on this one. Yeah, I don't really care to break down backside Amakan and Gene Matsumoto or Nursultan Ruzaboyev.
You know
So
about Nursultan Nazarbayev.
he's massive. Besides the point. All right, Abus Magomedov
You
versus
know what else is
Mikel.
massive?
All right, chill. Taper. All right. So coming up, we first starting off the card, we have Abus Magomedov versus Mikel Oleksiejczuk,
This is a very, very
underrated card.
underratedly good fight.
Yeah.
Because these two, because Abus, he gets better every fight. He does make improvements, but everybody knows that the first round is always very dangerous for anyone fighting Abus because I mean one could say he had better control over Sean Strickland when he took him down than Hamza did. Could make the argument.
He did
Pretty
take his
similar
back.
levels, but he did. Yeah, I never saw Hamza really have Strickland in like a crazy position, and Abus had him in a couple positions that were like, oh. So he is really good in the first round. He's got all the skills. It's just the IQ and the gas tank aren't there.
Yeah. He did be, I will like to
Well,
bring this up. Did finish Bruno Ferreira in the third round by submission.
it was a good submission. And the guy he's fighting, Oleg Zaychik, he's kind of the bizarro version of him. Just doesn't
I
really have great IQ. Doesn't have he's has decent cardio, but he just has the slick boxing, and he just
I was
got that
thinking about
dog in
this.
him.
To me, he's kind of like if GM3 had power. 'Cause he's got a pretty underrated ground game. He's kind of just
Kind of small for
scatterbrained.
middleweight,
Yeah,
and he
he
doesn't have,
is.
and he's not like an elite. Like you could just look at him. It's like look at him and then look at like Islam. Like he's not an elite athlete. He's a
Yeah.
decent athlete. He's
But like
got
even look
heart,
at him
grit,
versus
decent
Abus.
power.
Looking at each other,
Yeah,
they're like just the
like like
chests.
Oleg Zaychik could 100% make welterweight.
He used to be. He was a former welterweight. Remember, he got his arms snap or fractured by Kevin Holland.
That was a middleweight.
I thought that was at 70. He dropped him, and but besides the point, he lost a close fight to Shara. But that's kind of a tough fight. Kind of a weird fight if you're not if you're not an offensive grappler, heavy
He's
style,
like the perfect style for Shara to just kick
pick up
at
range. Yeah.
and not get caught by crazy punches because anytime anybody closes the distance with Shara, he just clinches and doesn't let
Which,
go.
that being said, Abus could definitely this first round just ping him around with kicks. He's got that's kind of what he's doing against Strickland. He had really fast kicks, really powerful kicks, dynamic. But I think he's built to be chin. And I think Oleksiejczuk is going to be able to eat a lot of these kicks. I don't think he's going to get knocked out in the first round. And he's joined the Fighting Nerds, and I'm not a big Fighting Nerds fan anymore, but they're a good team. He's from Poland. He's got that Polish chin. He's that black. He's got a black head.
Legendary Polish power.
Exactly. So go.
I picked Oleg Zaychik decision.
I got
I think he
late
wins rounds.
TKO.
I think he wins rounds 2 and 3 against Abus, and maybe like late round finish because Abus does work on it, but he just doesn't have a good gas tank. Some guys
Just
just don't.
naturally, yeah. It's he's a very explosive dude. It'd be yeah. He'd have to take EPO.
Yeah, some guys just don't have like a good gas tank like that. I think he could try. I think his best
His
path
best
to
bet would
victory
be
in
go
this
out there
fight
and just
is to
first
just go
round
out and try to get him out of there.
get submit him. So if club and sub catch him with a kick and catch an arm bar, take it. He's got great back takes.
He
It's
does. I
impressive
think
how he took Sean
that's
Strickland's back, but
he does. He is good. He's a good striker and a good grappler. He's just not built for
a long
to go the
fight.
distance.
So
And Oleg Zaychuk definitely can. I think Oleg Zaychuk is just as dangerous in the third round as he is in the first and second. He's kind of just always there.
yeah,
But I got Oleg Zaychuk third round, like you said, third, but probably maybe third round TKO, but probably
yeah.
decision.
Last thing I want to add is I do think Oleksiejczuk's a big thud merchant. And I think in this matchup, that's a lot better than relying on having a lot of pop and sting in your shots. Because I think Thud lasts a lot longer than the pop will in a matchup like this. With he's gonna be getting a lot of kicks to the arms, kicks to the shoulders. So I think he'll be able to start sitting down in the second and halfway through the second, early on in the third round, and really just we're gonna see Abus's face start to bust up. His nose is gonna bleed, and we'll just see. I think we'll see him. I don't think we'll see like him put a boost out. I think we'll see a boost kind of quit at the end. That's what I'm calling.
Kind of like how against Strickland. Strickland
Yeah,
just kind of popped him and he fell down.
and it was like, all right, I'm here. So that's a boost versus Mikkel. We both got a Mikkel, but I do think there is like any a boost fight. There's a lot of danger first round.
Yes, and I think after he fought Michel Pereira, because he fought that fight kind of relatively low
He seemed,
output.
yeah, he seemed very scared.
I think after that fight, I think he's gonna kind of. I think he'll just kind of try to be a little more how he used to be against certain like styles of opponents. I think Oleg Zaitchuk is definitely a guy that he should just try to get out of there early.
Yeah,
That would be his best chance.
yeah. So, all right, on to the next fight. Alaskarov versus Ikram Alaskarov versus Bruno Ferreira.
Ikram, probably. I don't really know what Bruno Ferreira is gonna do to him.
I got Bruno by remember he can't him and RoboCop are 1-1.
Yeah, but that was before RoboCop and
Really
learned how to
improved. I'm
box.
a RoboCop fan. I will agree with you, but I do want to bring this up. I do want to bring this up. Ikram Alaskarov kind of been known to be a big danger to be flash knocked out.
Good. Bruno Ferreira
And I
is
think if anybody's gonna do that, Bruno Ferreira kind of put it on Marvin Vittori. I think Alaskarov would have a very close fight with Vittori. He had a very close fight with Sun Yun Park.
yeah, everybody unless you're Jared Cannonier, everybody kind of always has like a weirdly close fight with Vittori just because they can't get him out of there.
Not Vittori, I mean Sun Yun Park. But Herrick kind of put it on, not at the same level as Cannonier, but was really hurting Vittori throughout that fight.
I miss
But
Vittori. I miss
I,
him being in the aim.
but I'm actually going Bruno Ferreira by first round TKO. I think Ikram in the first round leaves his chin up. I think he has to work into fights, and Bruno can just catch him at any moment. And I do think he has really good uppercuts and overhands, and those are kind of the shots you catch Ikram with.
Yeah, I got Ikram. I think Ikram. I got Ikram by a second round TKO. I think he hurts him with like a straight or a jab, and then he follows it up and finishes him.
All right. Let's use up next. Uh, sorry, my phone closed. Um, Suam Abayev, Charles Johnson. Hate to say it, but we both know how this goes.
This is just if you've been watching UFC and you've watched Charles Johnson's career or paid attention, this is just a fight he loses. Like
Every
this is just what
time.
he does. He goes out there against like an exciting up and comer that's got pop power and can actually like be like in like a fun fighter at flyweight, and he chins him. And then he has to fight another up and comer that's like a boring grappler or will stink it up to decision if they
A
have to, and he always
Temerov.
loses those fights. Or he just
Yeah.
gets chinned by Alex Perez for some reason.
He's kind of built to be. I think if you're not, yeah, if you just are a little more
This
experienced in the game, I think you beat Charles Johnson.
if you are a good grappler and you don't care to have a boring decision and you can just hold your opponent down or not really advance position on the ground and just kind of try to stall out to a decision, which is exactly what Asim Abayev is.
Yeah.
Those,
He,
those types of
although
guys just always beat like a
Suam
Charles
Abayev did
Johnson.
submit Alex Perez, and I do want to bring this up. Charles Johnson's built to be guillotined if there was a guy to be guillotined.
Could
You know
get
what I mean?
guillotined.
I
I think
think
he just drives them
underrated. I'm
crazy.
going. I think so, but I think there's going to be a moment, third round, where we really see Charles Johnson be like, I beat Josh Van, I beat Lonnie, and I can't beat fucking Almabayev. Fuck this. I'm going for it.
He did beat friend of the channel, Lona or Kavanaugh.
Is Loner a friend of the channel?
He is now.
Yes. Yes, he is. It's decided.
Friend of the channel, Loner Kavanaugh, and Joshua Van.
He beat friend of the channel, Joshua Van.
future
But
flyweight goat Joshua, man.
um, I do want Manel Cap steroid tested 100 times before they fight.
Yeah, I better look at the testing website and see he's been tested like 23 times
I want to
this
take his
month.
piss myself.
I need to let me look at it. They didn't look at it right. Let me look at it. I need to look at that shit. 'Cause they're not looking for the right things.
Yeah, if you guys have Manel Cap's address, let us know. We just want to get his piss test anonymously. We just want to surprise him, catch him off guard. No, we
Hello,
don't want
my
to do
LCAP.
anything
You're
violent.
USADA. Give us your piss.
Yep. Just just don't tell him, and it's not anything violent. We're not there to do anything bad. We literally just want to get his piss.
Because there's not a chance that man isn't on steroids.
Yeah.
He has a boob hanging off his chest.
If yeah, and
You
the
don't
fact that
just
he
get
talks
that.
so much shit on Izzy, and we're
And
just
then he
giving
has the
we're just
puffiest
looking the
nipples I've
other
ever
way.
seen.
It's insane. He's Muslim too. He can't smoke weed.
He
I
gets
think.
puffy nipples and all of a sudden he's chinning everybody.
Yeah,
Coincidence?
I think not. But besides the point, back to what we're talking about. Charles Johnson isn't facing friends of the channel Josh Van or Lonnie Kavanaugh, so he loses.
Man, I didn't make the rules. This is how the UFC goes.
It's just the nature of life. Such is life.
Yeah. If you're old enough, you know. Charles Johnson. Everybody learns the lesson at some point. Charles Johnson fights an up and comer that's exciting, he chins him. Anybody else loses.
Yeah. Hold on.
All right, we're back. Sorry about that. We had a personal issue had to come up. We had to deal with it, but we're back. We're
Like we
back.
never
We
left.
left off. We left off on Asu Amabayev and Charles Johnson. So now we got Nazim Sadikov versus Mateus Camilo. I'm gonna be honest, zero idea who this guy is, who Camilo is.
Yeah.
Never seen him fight before. Never heard his name before. Is he making? Let's
No,
check his record. Is he
once.
making his debut?
No, I think he's fought before. I've heard the name. I just never actually watched him fight.
He, probably picking Nazim Sadikov. He's like the permanent, like, if you're good enough to be in the top 15, you beat him. But if you're not, he'll smoke you.
Yeah. Or if you're not an elite grappler, which we could find out this dude is an elite
Is this
grappler.
RDA? Why does he look like RDA?
It's just RDA reskinned.
I can't tell if he just looks like RDA or if they have his picture up on that, like, for not
Oh, for
intentional.
Google.
He's coming off a win. Oh, he is coming off a win against Vishalov Borshev.
That dude
He's good.
sucks. He's not a good grappler.
He's decent. He lost to Cade Green. He's been the no, he made his UFC debut against Cade Green. He's 1-1 right now. He's only 25. He's really young.
Yeah.
But probably picking Nazim Sadikov. He's pretty experienced. He's at his peak. He's in his prime. And he's good. Eye test is always there with Nazim. You can tell he knows. You can tell he's the only thing keeping him back is just talent. And
Talent,
just
and he's a little undersized.
a little bit, yeah. He just doesn't have the he doesn't have any X factor that can
Yeah.
like like he doesn't have any like real threat that could like that his opponent's got to be wary of. He's just kind of really well rounded everywhere.
Decent striker. Good striker. Really good striker.
Yeah, he is fun to watch because you watch him and you're like this like he does look really skilled when he strikes, but
Does all the yeah.
he's all eye tests because whenever he has to face anybody good, he always loses. But
Yeah,
I got Nazim
exactly.
Sadikov.
I got Nazim Sadikov by
Co-main,
decision.
I also will take him by decision. But next we got Komay, Shara Bullet Magomedov versus Michel Pereira. If this fight was announced like 3 years ago, I would be hyped.
Yeah, this would be so cool.
This would be a sick ass mashup. But Michel Pereira is washed. He is so washed. He has nothing left.
Beyond washed.
It's like it's sad at this point because every time he fights, I'm like, maybe the old Michel Pereira will come out and he'll
It'd be
start
sick
doing
if it does.
backflips. He'll start doing backflips, going crazy, sparking dudes out in the first round. But I always hope that happens, and it never happens. Even when he doesn't like fight crazy, he gasses out. But I got Shara winning because Shara's relatively good still, and he'll,
Decent
he'll he'll
gas
actually push
tank.
a pace.
Yeah,
And I think if you could just push any form of pace on Michel Pereira, he'll lose.
I would agree with that.
It'll be a really boring decision though. Char Bullet underrated, just like stink fest. Like he's got some
He doesn't really
smooth
do
moves.
anything.
He looks cool, but like if
It's
you
only
watch all his
fun for
fights,
so long.
it's like he's kind of like he really is like MVP. Like I know what's gonna happen. Outside of the double spinning back fix KO, which was cool.
That was cool,
Outside of
but
that, it's just he throws a
yeah,
lot of kicks. None of them have power. He
yeah,
looks cool. And then he throws a lot of kicks. The guys try to take him down or they clinch up with him, and he just holds them until they let go because they can't. Because normally they either take him down or they try to, and they just push him up against the fence.
yeah.
But I got
Because
Charlotte
he's
Bullet probably
actually
by
not
decision.
bad.
No,
He
he's
isn't
not,
bad.
but I got him by
He's
decision.
he's kind of a
Maybe like
scumbag.
he's a bad dude. Like he's an actual bad guy.
You know, you want John Jones. He's a bad man.
Yeah, I got Bullet decision probably, or maybe like second to third round TKO. And it won't be because he did anything cool. It'll just be because Pereira gassed.
Yeah, and he couldn't actually land anything of substance.
But who do you got in that one? Charo too.
Shara by decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, two and a
But
half years ago, I'd be like, could go either way,
yeah.
but it's not 2.5 years ago. All right,
Main event time.
main event. This is where we differ, I think.
Yeah,
And I have one big point. I have one big point. But I'll let you
I
go
have
first.
Fiziev. I think Fiziev. I don't think he's top five, but I do think he's good enough to hang around just below top five. And I think he's got all the experience. And I honestly think Manuel Torres is just kind of like a reskinned Bahamondes. Like they're like the
You
same
see,
person to me.
I disagree. I think they fight completely different. And this is where I'm gonna get into it.
But I think all of Fiziev's losses have aged very well. Like Rufy, I think is gonna be, or he might just be the best pure striker at 55 right now. He's got magic in his hands. And Gaethje, look what Gaethje just did.
Yeah, Talia.
And Fiziev did way better against Gaethje than Ilya did. Well, not about way better.
Not way
I would
better.
say better. I would say better. He didn't get finished.
Yeah, but I think if they went two more rounds, he probably was on his way to getting finished.
Maybe
He only fought him
he
over three
might.
rounds. But back to the point. That's not the point here. That's not the argument we're making. I get he seems like a reskin Bahamondes, but I would like to bring up we bring up Rufy versus Fiziev. We see a problem there where Rufy's the much better boxer, has a lot more power in his hands and throws shots straight down the middle. He's really jabbing up Fiziev, cuts his eye open at the end of the first round, puts him out in the second round. Gaethje can land uppercuts and overhands over the top and under the guard of Fiziev. And the problem with Bahamondes versus FIZIEV is Bahamondes is a very good kicker. He doesn't have very good hands, and that's kind of FIZIEV's bread and butter, where he's gonna outbeat you. Is just if you're gonna kick with FIZIEV, nobody kicks better than FIZIEV. He's got that Muay Thai ability to lean all the way back. Nobody's got faster kicks than him, and he also is athletic enough to shoot a takedown when you're throwing a kick. But I would like to bring up Manuel Torres does not fight it like Ignacio Bahamondes at all, and I think he actually is more similar to Fiziev or Rufi with his boxing style, and I think he's going to be cause a lot of problems with his power and his shots down the middle. and landing counters around the guard and really not having to really not being it not having to struggle coming forward on Roofy and not having to rely on the kicks. Because if you try to outkick Roofy, or not Roofy, Fiziev, sorry, I'm slow, guys. If you try to outkick Fiziev, it's going to be a long night. Nobody's going to outkick Fiziev, but I think he's a little small for the division. He's ripped, but like we both know he could move down to 45 without the most struggle. And
Yeah,
neither of
I
us
think he would do better at 45.
I think his head movement's not very good, and I think his boxing defense is not very good. And let's not forget he's 1-4 in his last, or 1-3, 1-4.
He fought
He's got the gate two
He
get
fought
yeah.
Gaethje, then the Gamrot one, but that one doesn't count.
But that's still a big
And
injury where
then
was out for 2 years.
yeah, and then he fought Gaethje again, and then he fought Bahamondes, and then he
And
fought Rufi.
Torres does have a submission win over Chris Duncan like a year and a half ago, like 2 years ago, right before he went on this big win streak before Moicano.
He does. The thing with Torres that scares me a little bit more than Bahamondes is he does commit to the 1-2 a little bit more. Bahamondes will just kind of
Kick
watch,
at
get caught
range.
watching a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
He does commit to the 1-2, and it looks like straight punches on Fiziev could be a problem.
And I
But
think
I
I
do
th-
think that Fiziev he does have the ability, because against Rufi, he didn't really grapple. That's because, like, he won the first round, and Fiziev, or Rufi was landing, like, shots here and there. But, like, it really wasn't up until the finishing shot that put Fiziev away. If
yeah.
Fiziev is having trouble on the feet and he's getting outstruck, he can shoot a takedown. And he does have a very explosive, strong takedown. So I do think if he goes out there against
But
Torres
I don't
round
think
one and
Torres is
is
a dude that
losing.
you. I agree. He can shoot a takedown. I don't think he can control a Torres like he can control a Bahamondes. I think Bahamondes, once you get him off his back, he's all right. He can put you in a triangle choke, or he can land some elbows, but he's not going to get up. It's kind of like a Sean O'Malley. I think he's kind of like Sean O'Malley in that sense. But I think Manuel Torres is much more. Just look at their frames comparatively. He's a lot girthier, a lot more explosive looking than a Bahamondes, and I think offensively, his grappling would be a lot more aggressive in those positions. And I mean, he submitted Chris Duncan, had a really clean back take. I could see a big like, when it's a good 1-2, comes back with a left hook. FIZIEV just doesn't see it coming. I think FIZIEV gets bloodied up in every fight now. It happens. That's going to be a big thing in this matchup. His eyes get cut up, swell up bad, and I think Gaethje lands good uppercuts. Torres lands good has a really solid uppercut. I just think Torres is a little longer and a little more explosive than he's maybe not the shot picker, the dirty boxer of. He's not the shot picker of Roofy or the dirty boxer of Gaethje, but I don't think he has to be. I think he can kind of just walk at Fiziev and not completely disrespect the power, but we can both agree that Fiziev's not going to put anybody out with his hands with one punch. He's not going
No,
to
not
put
unless he
anybody
lands
out
like
cold.
something
Like
he'll rock
perfect.
somebody.
He can, but like I don't think Torres is going to have to worry about like I have to be careful coming in on this dude. He could like one shot can really put me out. Like I think he's going to be able to really just start to land his 1-2s. I think he'll start to work in the start landing start mixing in that lead hook. He's got a pretty good lead hook after he throws that straight. And I just think we're gonna see a bloodied up Fiziev who pr- it's a pretty similar finish to the Roofy fight. Maybe a submission instead of a TKO.
Maybe. I think this is definitely not. I think this fight is very close
I
because
just think it's a
Fiziev's kind
bad
of in
matchup for Fiziev.
Fiziev. Well, Fiziev's also coming. He's in a weird spot because
Yeah.
the Roofy loss definitely damaged people's view of him and just like his vibe that he could get chin. But I don't think Torres finds, because that shot he caught Roofy with was
But
perfect. It was the money
I don't
shot.
think Torres has to find one. I think he's gonna throw a lot more volume at FIZIEV than anything than a roofie ever would. Um,
He might. He definitely could win. I don't. I'm picking Fizzy, but this is definitely. That'll be a close one. It would not surprise me at all if he puts out FIZIEV because I do think he's a little bit like I do see him as a reskin Bahamondes a little bit, but I do think he's better. I think he's more dangerous.
I
I think
think
they're
he's a
pretty
lot
similar
girthier
level
than
of skill.
Bahamondes. Yeah, for sure. I just
I,
think he's a
but I
different. I
think
think he's a
I
better
think
boxer.
Torres will go for it. Torres has more confidence in his hands specifically than Bahamondes does. And we might see Fiziev come out there and not look 100% because he's never been he's lost before, but he's never been chinned. He's never been finished, like, especially on the feet like that. So maybe he comes out with a different game plan. Maybe his coaches have been telling him, like, because he does have a good ground game. He's got a great takedown, and he's a strong, thick little dude. So like once he is on the ground, he is really good at staying where he wants to, like keeping guys where he wants them.
I think he's
But we'll
got
see.
great
I got Fiziev.
takedown
I think
defense. I
Fiziev.
think
I
we're
think
overrating his offensive grappling a little bit just because I do think Bahamondes off his back is a little overrated. And I disagree. I don't think Torres is. I think he's a completely. He's not near. I don't think he's going to be as tall. He's going to look as tall as Bahamondes in there. I think he'll be a little bit closer to Fiziev. And I think he's just going to look a lot girthier. I think he'll still look longer than Fiziev, but I think you look at Bahamondes' chest in the ring, and I'm not saying Torres has a massive chest, but he's a lot. He's just so much more muscular than a Bahamondes is.
is Bahamondes is taller and
He's so
lankier.
much a lot taller and
But I think
lankier.
it's hard. But Fiziev was landing on him, and I think a guy like Bahamondes is a harder dude to find the shots Fiziev was finding on him.
I agree, but I think that if Fizzy, I think trading with Bahamondes is a lot less dangerous than trading with Torres is, and I think we kind of that first round it was really just Fizzy kind of realized, oh, this dude's just wants to kick with me. I'm a much faster boxer than him. And he doesn't. He's not. I'm not saying Bahamondes has no boxing, but relative
Definitely isn't
to
very confident in it,
yeah,
or he doesn't use it as much as he should for how long
yeah,
he is.
for how long he is, he's not very good. It's just not very good.
Kind of like almost like who's the dude Bobby Green just changed.
Zellhuber, he's a better Zellhuber,
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Better Zell.
but
He's Zell Huber, but more confident, basically.
yeah. Just has better actually sets up his kicks. But
Yeah, doesn't just heave head kicks until he lands one.
yeah, but I think we're gonna see Torres have a just really eat Fiziev down the middle eat Fiziev down the middle with shots. I think against these 55ers with big power like that, that's gonna be always a thing he struggles with.
Could be. I think this fight's definitely gonna tell us a lot about both of these dudes and just like the division as a whole. Because if Fiziev goes out there and just like puts on a master class, it's like, damn, how good is Rufy?
Yeah,
Or even if Bahamondes like chins him in the first round, it makes Rufy look a little like not worse, but just like oh, he did it better.
yeah, I mean
We'll learn. I think we'll learn a lot.
I really do think we're gonna see we're not a way worse Fiziev, but like he's worn
I think he's gonna
down.
be hesitant.
He's
He's definitely
worn.
gonna be. He's been hesitant. He was too hesitant against Rufy when they fought, so that is something that I do have concerns. But I think Fiziev and his team are great game planners. But specifically his team. His team and his coaches with other fighters have put together great game plans. I think he will. I think he could bounce back, and I think he might just try to wrestle a bit more, or at least mix it up a bit more. But I think he gets it done by decision. Maybe, and I do think it'll be close though. I think there could be like an argument that it'll be like decision, but you could argue Torres could have won a round based on like a strike or something.
I got Torres by first or second round TKO, early finish. I just think Fiziev's coming off of four tough fights where I'm not saying he looked bad in any of them because he didn't, but um,
If he loses this fight, I think this will be his like he's gonna move down to 45.
I think he should have moved down a while ago.
I think he should too. I think 45 is great. It's a great time for him too. I think there's a lot of matchups that he could do really well in.
Yeah.
But that's our picks.
Let
Let
us know
us
what you
know
think.
if we're retards because we might
Yeah.
get every single one wrong. Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, dude. There was a card a couple days ago where that happened.
Or Horiguchi.
Oh my gosh. Can we talk about that for a second, guys?
We already talked
Oh,
about
we
him.
already talked
Okay.
about it. All right. I forgot. We had to take a break real quick.
I think that's it.
Okay. Lit. Perfect. Great talking to you guys.
See you next week.
See you
Talking
next
probably
week.
get gonna get the McGregor Holloway card out earlier.
We'll get the reactions out for this one. But all right. We'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.
All right, we're back. Sorry about that. We had a personal issue had to come up. We had to deal with it, but we're back. We're
Like we
back.
never
We left
left.
off.